Okay, so about this game, Cryptid Coffeehouse, y'all know how I always talk about wanting to fuck the Mothman? Oh, it's the Mothman! Okay, fair warning, don't frick the Mothman. I tried to frick the Mothman and it did not go well. Don't frick the Mothman. I know he has a nice ass and probably a big dick, but don't frick him. Do not frick the Mothman. Well, today's the day. I'm going to frick the Mothman, because apparently this is what this game is about. There's a Mothman that you can romance and you can date him. And dating can mean to fricking, unless he turns out to be asexual. Then I will just love the Mothman. It's Mothman time! It's Mothman fricking time! We are gonna frick the Mothman! New game. What is your name? Yui. My name is Yui. What are your pronouns? Oh! I use multiple sets of pronouns. I want to say just in case, because I do use she, they, it, but I want to make sure, just in case. Which pronoun sets to use? Click I'm done when finished selecting. Oh! Okay, yeah, I can use she, they, something else. Use the set its pronouns, correct? Hopefully I did it right. If not, then I fucked up on grammar. Yes. Alright, I'm done. Your pronouns are she, they, it. Is that correct? Yes! Wow, I already got to give this game, bonus points for, being able to use, all three of my pronouns. That's pretty cool. What would you like your job to be? Photographer, graphic designer, digital artist. Graphic designers already have a shit rep in the VTuber community because, most of them are bots. I don't really do photography, so I guess digital artist. Oh! Those are some photorealistic backgrounds. I'm sorry for the people who are about to get doxxed by this game. It's finally fall. Summer lasted a little too long this year, and the lingering heat was starting to get stifling. Oh, this does not age well, considering it is currently at the end of summer right now. Wow, okay. Way to make me feel like shit right now for summer being over. The temperatures have cooled down and leaves have begun to change, and pumpkin spice lattes are back in season. The best part about fall besides my birthday. Pumpkin spice lattes. Oh, and also Halloween, but still. Pumpkin spice lattes. Thank the gods because your favorite coffee shop, Webb's Coffee and Fine Teas, has the best pumpkin spice lattes in town. Oh god, I could go, go for some pumpkin spice latte. I mean, I do have some coffee right now, a pumpkin spice coffee, but I want I want a frappuccino instead of a homemade coffee. Yeah, pumpkin spice lattes are the most basic thing to be ordering at this time of year, but who can blame you? You've been waiting all summer for this. I have! Just one pumpkin spice could be what stands between you and the coziest autumn of your life, or something like that. I am having the coziest autumn of my life right now. I'm literally sitting with a blanket around me, it's chilly out, and I have pumpkin spice coffee. Oh wow, more photorealistic backgrounds. Sorry again for the people who are getting doxxed. Wes nestles between a record store and a bread bakery, and it's the perfect spot for you to get some work in. You have your drawing tablet with you, and the cafe has always been one of your favorite spots to work on art commissions. You've got quite the queue lined up, so it's best to get busy. Wow, that's not realistic, because I barely get any commissions whatsoever. Plus, my tablet is not a screen tablet, and it isn't portable, but still a digital artist. You walk into the cafe and your senses are immediately filled up with the smell of espresso and the sound of milk being frothed at the steaming wand. There's a small group of people chatting in a corner, seated comfortably in some lounge chairs. It's all so familiar. You're honestly here a bit too much. The line for the register is short. It's your turn before you know it. Oh! Goblin! Goblin girl! Oh, she's cute, but she's not the Mothman, so I can't frick her. Hey, good to see you again, Yui. Good to see you too. New hair? Yeah, I did it last night. Wanted to try something new, I feel you. Brukia? 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 I don't, a weird name, but you're still cute. It looks good. You picked a good color. Lavender looks great on you. Heh, thanks. I think you'd look totally sick with some new color too. You think so? I never really thought about changing it up. You should go for it. What color would you do if you did? Something bright and fun, something natural, something subtle but still a cool color. Bright and fun, just like me. I think that would look great on you. You should definitely give it a shot. I would love to see it. Maybe I will. I'll have to work up the courage first. Well, I can't wait to see if you do. What you getting today? Pumpkin spice latte. It's the only thing I can order. Ah, yes, the pumpkin spice latte. Very season appropriate. What can I say? I have to at least have one before I can really say it's fall. Fair enough, haha. That'll be down at the end of the counter for you in a bit. Thanks, Yui. Spend a moment looking around the cafe for an open table while Brukia shifts from the register to the espresso machine. Your gaze wanders to a little nook you often settle down in when it's not preoccupied, which it isn't right now. One for you. You have your latte up here. Ah, thanks, Brokia. No problem. Be careful to make sure the mug is balanced on its saucer before you begin to make your way towards your table on the other side of the cafe. The cinnamon-dusted whipped cream sitting on top the latte bobs as you move across the room. Ooh, that sounds so good. I did put cinnamon sugar on my coffee, but I wish I had whipped cream for it. That would have made it so much better. A bit quieter over here in your corner. It's perfect, as it always is. You pull out your laptop. It's time to get to work. I remember when I had a laptop. I used to stream on a laptop. It was awful. It kept lagging every 5 seconds. You gingerly pick up the mug and lift it to your lips. It's aromatic, and sweet. And the first sip you take is so warm and full of flavor that you almost pass out on the spot. And I almost passed out because I almost read aromatic as aromantic, as in the sexuality, which I am not. Brokia makes some of the best lattes, and this one is no exception. You boot up on your computer, fueled and ready to begin working. A couple hours have gone by, and you've made significant progress on your project. You're nearly done with one of your commissions, and it looks awesome. Just a couple more finishing touches, and it'll be ready to be sent to the commissioner. Your latte is down to the dregs now, and you're halfway tempted to get another one. But it might start shaking if you drink any more caffeine today. Might as well start wrapping up here. I mean, I'm already on my second cup of coffee today, so I might as well be at the point of no return and get a third. You start to pack up your things. Your coffee mug is supposed to go in one of the dish bins by the trash cans near the door to the back patio, so you shoulder your backpack and make your way over there. You set your cup down in the dish bin gently as to not disturb the other dishes stacked in the bin, then turn to leave just as someone comes in from the back patio and... You collide with them, stepping on the tips of your shoes. For a moment, it's just a twist of limbs as both of you try to fall over, and it's then that you feel the icky soak of iced coffee all over the front of your shirt. It's the Mothman! Though they look very androgynous and like non-binary, so I'm guessing they're a moth-they, a moth-them. The moth-them! Either way, I will still frick 'em. Hello, handsome, or gorgeous, or wherever the hell you like to be called. Hi. The other person swears under their breath. Apologize, get upset, say nothing. Apologize, of course. Oh shit, sorry. The other person's fingers have iced coffee dripping from them, and they look at you with a mix of emotion on their face. The plastic cup that formerly housed their iced coffee is bent up in one hand. No, that's my fault. They look like they're at a loss here. Your shirt is only getting more soaked by the second, and honestly, it feels really gross. Melted ice is starting to pool at your feet. There's another beat of silence. Sorry. It's okay. You're sort of lying. This was a really nice shirt. You're gonna look pretty stupid walking home like this. There's some napkins over by the... You're moving away before they finish your sentence, casting a look at you over their shoulder as they go. You're left standing by the back door with droplets of iced coffee slipping down on your sternum under your shirt. Oh, the wet shirt. Oh no, hope my bra isn't showing. But if it is, I hope they like it. At least it kind of smells good. A little bit like cinnamon. The stranger's coming back with a bunch of napkins in one hand. Their brow is pinched tight when they come to stand in front of you. They seem to be conflicted between handing you the napkins and dabbing at you themselves because their hand is wavering awkwardly between the two of you. You decide to take some of the napkins from them and fruitlessly attempt to sop up what your shirt hasn't already. Sorry. I already said it's okay, trust me. But your shirt. Nothing I run in the washing machine won't fix. You're trying to convince yourself as much as you're trying to convince them. They don't appear to be particularly convinced. There's an awkward moment of silence as you uselessly try to clean yourself up. They're just staring at you, but when you look up at them, they look away embarrassed. Oh, were they staring at my chest? Guys, I think they were staring at my chest. Ooh, the moth-them likes my chest. They like my non-existent tits. I'm gonna get another coffee. You do that. Once again, you're left alone by the back door. But this time, the stranger is over by the register talking to Brokia with the most resigned posture you've ever seen. You spend your entire walk home chilled to the bone. Your wet shirt doesn't seem to dry at all in the 15 minutes it takes to get to your doorstep. You're not even sure what you're gonna do if the iced coffee stains the fabric. You'll deal with it once you do laundry. For now, you're just focused with getting into your apartment, changing clothes, and taking a nap. Ah yes, the dawn of another week. It's time to start crunching on some more of your work. You can't keep your clients waiting forever, even if you really do want to stay snoozing in your bed for the rest of the week. With not much ceremony, you drag yourself out of bed and begin to get ready to go to Webs. which seems to be the only place you can get work done these days. If you try to do anything at home, you just know you're going to end up turning on the television and watching that shitty reality TV show you've been addicted to lately. No, I'm just gonna be watching random, like, YouTube videos, like, mostly just Isaac Y, because that's what who I've been watching right now. It only takes 45 minutes to get showered and dressed for the day. You collect your things from your desk, put on your backpack, then leave your apartment and begin to make your way to the coffee shop. It's another nice fall day. Not too hot, not too cold. The changing leaves are already starting to collect in piles on the sidewalks, and your feet crunch on them as you walk. You can see the morning rush crowd inside webs from outside the cafe. Typically don't come here this early in the day because it gets pretty busy anywhere from 8 in the morning to about 11. But you need to get at least something done today. The coffee shop is filled with chatter when you walk inside. There's a decent line by the register, and most of the tables are filled either by people working or waiting. The corner you always like to stay in is occupied, but there's an open lounge chair by a low table. You might be wise to get your drinks first because this line really isn't getting any shorter. But if you wait too long, the seat might be taken by someone who is notably not you. What do you want to do first? Wait in line. You'll deal with finding a spot after you get your sweet, sweet caffeine. You're gonna need a pickup before you start working anyway. You've grown to learn that it's nearly impossible to do anything if you haven't had caffeine yet. You stand at the end of the line, which is at least 15 people deep, and get to waiting. After a minute or two, you move up a couple places in the line, but you're on your phone, distracted by something highly amazing on your timeline. You step just a little bit too far forward, and you step right into the backs of the shoes of the person right in front of you. Say sorry, pretending you didn't do anything. Say sorry, 'cause that's just rude. You step back quickly enough so that you don't bump right back into the person in front of you. The big fuzzy black wings resting against their back twitch at your sudden movement. Is it who I think it is? A fine dust drifts into the air. Ah, sorry. The person looks over their shoulder at you, red framed glasses slipping down her nose. Huh, they are? You're okay. The MOTH-THEM! It's the MOTH-THEM! There's a beat of silence. The stranger looks over their shoulders at you again, doing a double take, then turns their body to face you fully. Oh, it's you! Oh yeah, it is. We keep bumping into each other, don't we? You try to laugh as naturally as you can. Yeah, I guess we do. The line moves up, and you two move up with it. There's another agonizing moment of silence. The stranger's cheeks color a deep scarlet as he seems to remember the outcome of your first encounter. Sorry again about your shirt. I hope it didn't stain. You shake your head. Nah, I got it to it quick enough so it didn't. Junior lets out a sigh of relief. It's kind of funny. What a weird person. Let me buy you something to make up for it since it was my fault and all. Stare at them for a second, then start shaking your head again. No, there's no need to do that. It's not that big of a deal. But it is a big deal. I still feel bad. Alright, if you really want to. No, seriously, it's fine. I'm gonna save just in case. Usually, I don't really let people, like, buy me anything because I just feel bad about it. Like, I feel bad when, like, Rainbow got me my new desk. Oh yeah, my new desk came in, but I just feel bad about that because it turns out I only, like, really needed to get my keyboard tray replaced. So I felt bad about that. Like, even like, before I realized it, I felt bad for, like, Rainbow, like, buying me something. Like, even, like, when people buy me stuff on Throne, I feel kind of bad about it, even though, you know, I put it on there, but, like, do y'all, like, ever get, like, just, like, feel bad when, like, people, like, get you stuff? Does anyone else, like, feel bad when, like, people, like, offer you to buy you stuff? Like, I mean, I appreciate the gesture, but usually I don't go for it, because usually, like, when, like, people, like, offer to buy me something, they usually have, like, an ulterior motive. Like, they usually have, like, an ulterior motive, like, and they're like, oh, you're not gonna do this thing for me? Like, when I buy you this? Like, I don't know, that's just, like, the anxiety move. I'm just gonna say... Alright, if I really want to, it might get them to like me. Probably. No, wait, that sounds really bad. Like, it could start up a conversation, and we might feel even, but then again, if we feel even after everything that happened, they might not want to talk to me again. But if I say no, seriously, it's fine, they might see me as, like, a genuine good person. Because I don't want them to think that they owe me anything. I'll just say no, seriously, it's fine. The stranger furrows their brows a little bit, obviously disappointed, your left scrambling, your heart leaping into your throat. I appreciate it, but you really don't have to. The person hums, their mouth scrunching to the side. Okay, if you insist. It's only a little while longer until you and your stranger get to the register. And it's there you once again find Brokia. She turns to the person next to you first. Hi again, Artemis. Good to see you. Their name is Artemis. Oh, I love that. Their name is Artemis. You know, it's like named after the goddess of the moon. And you know, moths are associated with nighttime and the moon. I love that. I love that. That's such a good name for them. The stranger, Artemis, do you suppose? Smile softly. And Brokia turns to you next, grinning from ear to ear. How's it going? It's good, just ready to get some work in today. You and me both, but lucky for me, I only have 2 more hours of this shift left. Well, I hope it goes well. Me too, haha. You two know each other? There's a weird silence after Brokia's chipper question. Artemis seems embarrassed. Not really. Brokia simply nods at the non-answer you give her. She probably gets stuff like this a lot. Cool, well, what can I get for you today? I'll get a medium black iced coffee with a couple shakes of cinnamon. Brokia keeps nodding as she punches this into the register, a knowing smile on her face. Sir, usual? Once again, Artemis blushes, self-conscious. Based on what you're witnessing right now, you assume that Artemis is probably here as much as you are, but they're just wise enough to be sheepish about it. Aww, they're so cute. Yeah, my usual. Awesome, and for you, Yui? I can't get a pumpkin spice latte again? That's so white girl phobic. Fine, I'll get a caramelized coffee. Caramelized coffee? Good choice. Pretty popular right now. That'll be $8.05. Wait, are you paying together or separate? You're quick to speak up. Separate. Brokia goes back to nodding, mumbling a soft apology as she cancels the order and re-enters it into the register. Artemis pays first, and Brokia rings in your order so you can pay as well. That'll be at the end for you guys in a bit. Thanks. Both of you move to the end of the counter and wait for your drinks. It's quiet between the both of you again. To be fair, you don't think there's very much for you guys to be talking about anyway. So, Yui, is it? You look up at them at the sound of your name on their tongue. It's then you realize how much taller they are than you. They have a couple of inches on you for sure. I mean, I'm 5'1", so that's not really saying much. Kind of intimidating. Yeah, that's it. And you're Artemis? They blushed again. Okay, not so intimidating. Yeah, I'm Artemis. They stick out their hand, clearly trying their best to not be stiff. You look down at their hand. Their nails are painted with chipped black polish. Oh, they are kind of emo. I mean, I can kind of tell by, like, their whole look, but they are kind of emo. Like, they're emo a little bit. Like, not that much, but I don't know, a little bit. Shake their hand, fist bump their open palm, do nothing. Fist bump their open palm would be, like, awkwardly cute. Shake their hand would be, like, formal. I kind of want to fist bump their open palm and see what that does. You lightly angle your fist into the palm instead of shaking their hand. They stare at you. You can't help but start to laugh, which makes them crack a smile after a beat. Smooth. See that, guys? I get moth bitches. What the hell did you just do? I gave you a fist bump, duh. That's not what whatever they were going to say was lost when they start to laugh too. They shake their head, fluffy black hair swishing around their face as they do so. They're still snickering. Okay, hold on, let's try it again. They make a fist holding it out for you to bump. You knock your knuckles against theirs and both of you dissolve into laughter. It's only a bit longer until the barista working the espresso bar calls out your names and slides the 2 drinks on the handoff counter. I got a caramel iced coffee for Yui and a black iced coffee with cinnamon for Artemis on the bar. That's us. Before you even think to move, Artemis is already going to get your drinks, shuffling over to the counter and picking them both up. They bring them back to you, handing you your drink. You take it from them carefully. Thank you. No problem. You linger there for a moment with Artemis, watching them sip at their coffee contently. You hear a phone buzz and almost go to check to see if it's yours, but Artemis hums and pulls out their phone from their back pocket and takes a peek at it. Their red eyes widen. Oh, I gotta go. Important business. Laugh and they smile at you a little. I'm sure I'll see you around. I'm here way too much. You'll definitely see me around. Well, it's nice to meet you. They're already starting to walk away, lifting a hand in farewell. Nice to meet you too. See you around, Yui. You watch them straight out of the coffee shop, the fine dust from their wings trailing after them. They walk down the sidewalk, tapping away on their phone on one hand, holding their coffee in the other. See that, guys? That's how you do a meet cute. You look after them until you can't see them out of the coffee shop window anymore. I hate to see them leave, but I love watching them go. What an interesting person. They're weird, but it's kind of refreshing. I mean, they are a Mothman, or Moth-THEM, but still. After your whole coffee adventure, you're still carrying all of your things. It's always busy in here, so you might as well go ahead and find yourself a seat. Lucky for you, the corner that you always like to sit in is empty now. You walk over there and begin to set up camp, taking out all of your things. Once you're finally seated, you take a sip of your drink. It's delicious. I wish it was pumpkin spice, but whatever. You open your laptop up and get ready to work. You can feel it. Today is gonna be productive. After a fruitful week of work, you have $10 to add to your spending fund. You now have $12. Wow! That's 12 more dollars than I make on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Your friend Odina has invited you on a night out, which is something I haven't done in a very, very long time. Ooh, am I gonna go clubbing? I hope I get to go clubbing. I love going clubbing. I think that she probably has suspected as much, which is why she had asked. And if you're honest, you're quite grateful that she did. You've been working yourself to the bone lately. You're ready to just relax and take some time to de-stress after all the work you've been doing. Odina's sitting on your bed right now, watching you struggle to pick an outfit for your night out. Oh! Is she like a harpy? I think she's like a harpy. She's kind of cute. Evie, come on. It's just live music at Webb's. No need to get all fancy. I at least have to look as good as you do. We have to be on the same level. You'll look fine with whatever you pick, trust me. You just need to hurry it up because we have to leave soon if we're gonna get there in time. He sighed deeply. Alright, fine. You got 3 outfits lined up next to Odina's sprawled out figure. She's already given you her approval on all of them, so all you have to do is the hard pick. Picking which one you actually want to put on. The first outfit is an oversized wheat-colored t-shirt paired with rosy pink sweatpants. It's paired with the trusty pair of black combat boots as a relaxed chill look. Oh. The second outfit consists of a poppy orange velvet mock neck short sleeve under a gray corduroy strap button-up dress. Ooh. There's a fluffy petticoat under the dress, and you'll be wearing stockings and platform Mary Janes as well. The outfit has a bit of a casual Japanese Lolita vibe. Third outfit has a violet short sleeve coupled with sage wide leg jeans. You have a matching oversized violet button up over and clunky green sneakers to finish it off. This look is bold but comfy. Would you like to wear this one? It's cute. You pick the second outfit. If you're gonna make an outfit to look cute, you might as well go all the way. This outfit will sure to turn some heads. You and Odina will definitely be the most attractive in Webb's tonight, whether that was a gold rose or not. Oh, it's a gold mine. I'm trying to get the Mothman. You picked a good fit. Now put it on so we can get going. If we show up late because you couldn't decide on what to wear, I will destroy you. Gods, I'm putting it on. Give me a second. Begin to strip down. Odina respectfully averts her eyes to the ceiling. The two of you are pretty comfortable with each other, so you don't mind undressing in front of her, but you still appreciate the fact that she never ogles while you're changing clothes. Ah, is she a bit fruity? You've known each other for quite a while, and you don't think that it would be that big of a deal if she watched you change, but the sentiment is still nice. It's nice to know that she respects you and your body. You get dressed relatively quickly. You cross the room to your dresser to put on some accessories before letting Odina know that you're finally ready to leave. Okay, I'm ready, let's go. About time. Oh, shut up. Odina hops up from your bed and smooths out the non-existent wrinkles in her crop top. She follows you out of your bedroom, turning the lights off as she exits, and is close on your heels as you go to the door. Odina's shoes, as well as all the shoes you own, are arranged by the front door, so you take your time looking the ones that you go with your outfit, much to Odina's chagrin. You put them on, grab your keys, phone, and wallet, and get ready to leave your apartment with Odina right behind you. It's only a 15-minute walk to Webb's. It's a route you know well. You weave through the streets with practical ease. Odina's not from this part of town, even though she had suggested this outing. She has to stick close to prevent you two from getting separated. The streetlights are turning on, and the roads you know so well feel so much cozier. Odina starts talking about something that happened to her at work today. The walk passes by quickly. Both of you make it into Webb's with little ceremony. It's a bit crowded on the inside, what with the live music and all, and there's a decent amount of people milling about as musicians get set up for the night. You're actually not entirely sure what kind of music is going to be played tonight. Odina had insisted that the night had some sort of surprise element. She's funny like that. We're excited to see what's in store for you. On the far end of the coffee shop is the live music setup. It seems pretty robust. Looks like a band is playing tonight rather than just an individual artist. There's a merch table to the left of it, and the tables and chairs have been moved around to give space for all the people standing around. I think I know what's going on. What if Artemis is part of the band that's playing? Oh, that's gonna be so cute. The coffee bar is in full swing. If you wanted, you could get a drink before the music starts. Odina's already looking around for people that she knows aside from you, and she always seems to know everyone, so you could talk to her as well before she dips on you to explore for a little bit. You can also find a seat. It seems people are starting to settle down as the music is supposed to begin in the next half hour. What do you want to do first? Talk to Odina, find her seat. Get a drink. I don't want to spend my money, so I'll talk to Odina. Plus it's late at night, and coffee late at night might be a little bit too much. Odina hasn't left your side just yet, so you turn to her as you both watch the band set up. How'd you find out about this in the first place? I didn't peg you as a type to see live music in coffee shops. What? I love live music in coffee shops. You know I tend to go to the concerts of biggest artists often around, but smaller things are cute too, you know? Plus, I know you like this coffee shop, so I figured that we could make a night out of it. I'm really happy that you thought of me. I can't believe you remember that this is my favorite coffee shop, though. Odina laughs, then loud and sweet. She always laughs from her belly. Are you kidding? This is the only coffee shop I ever see you at. You're posting pictures of your drinks on your flash pic story all the time. It's hard to miss. He flushed without meaning to, suddenly sheepish. Okay, but in my defense, I can't ever concentrate on my work when I'm at home. I have to be out, and this just happens to be the best place to work at. There are like 3 other coffee shops in this neighborhood, Yui. But this one's the best. That's debatable. There's one right by my salon that has absolutely killer hazelnut macchiatos. Now, maybe if you had a car, you could come to that one and visit me while you're in the area. God, you know how I feel about driving. Yeah, I know. It's not economical, and you can get into a car accident. Yeah, that's true, exactly. Anxiety, man. Accidents are scary. If I'm on the bus or in a rideshare, at least I'm not the one getting in the accident. It just makes sense to swear driving off forever. See, exactly. Facts. I never want to drive. But how are you gonna get a manicure from me? Rideshares are expensive, and the bus takes like an hour to get to my part of the city. You have to come in before my bookings are closed for the month, babe. Oh, she does nails for a living, I'm guessing. An hour really isn't that long. Oh my god, it's for you, maybe. Besides, you can just give me a quick manicure when we get back to my place. I'm sure I still have whatever you brought over last time under my bathroom sink. Odina looks absolutely thrilled at this statement. She claps her hands together and grins from ear to ear. Yes, we have to go do this. A new episode of Midwest Singles is also out tonight. We have to watch that. Sure, Dina. Whatever you want to do. That's what I like to hear. Okay, but now I need to use the ladies' room. I'll see you in a bit, yeah? Sure, I'll see you in a minute. I guess I'll get a drink. You decide that you might as well get something to drink while you're here. It's not a big line for the register, so you step away from Odina for a second and begin to wait. Oh, what a cutie! Hello, your name is Taz. You're a satyr. How cute. I would like to date you if I can't date the MOTH-THEM. I mean, I know I can only date the MOTH-THEM, but still. After a couple moments, you're at the top of the line. Standing at the register is a barista you don't typically see. His name tag reads Taz. He must be night shift. Hey, what can I get for you? Mocha hot chocolate, white mocha, hazelnut iced coffee. I can't even get my caramel coffee? Why don't get hazelnut iced coffee? Hazelnut iced coffee? Cool. Hey, because of the show, we're giving out free strawberry scones. You want one? Oh, that'd be great. I've got another person with me, though, so do you think I can get 2? Doesn't matter to me. You can get 5 for yourself for all I care. I'm not sure whether to laugh or not. Their facial expression didn't change at all when they said that. There's a beat of Taz slipping away on the register. Then he turns around to grab the scones. He looks at you over his shoulder. I'm gonna warm them up and put them out with your drink, okay? Okay, thank you. You go to the end of the counter and wait over there, looking around the coffee shop aimlessly. The lighting is warm in here, and it smells like espresso and freshly baked strawberry scones. Oh god, I could so go for a scone right now. I usually only have blueberry scones, but a strawberry scones sounds delicious. God, I want one. The chatter of the crowd over by where they're setting up the band is noisy, but it's not too overwhelming. It's a perfect atmosphere. After a minute or two, Taz brings your scones and drinks to the end of the counter. They wordlessly point at you, then point at your items, then step back to walk to the register again. Go over and grab your stuff. The scones smell so good, Odina's gonna be thrilled. I guess I'm gonna find my seat. Might as well go ahead and find somewhere to sit before all the seats get taken up. You find Odina and ask her to help you pick a place to sit. Oh, I got you something. You hold out the plate that has the warm strawberry scone on them. Odina's eyes seem to shine and twinkle. She wiggles her fingers over the plate. For me? Yeah, for you. They're giving them out for free tonight. Odina eagerly grabs one scone and begins to nibble on it, sighing with content as she chews. Oh my god, this is so damn good. Maybe you're right about this being the best coffee shop in the area. Of course I'm right. I'm always right. You're damn right I am. Odina laughs and shakes her head a bit. I wouldn't go that far, but maybe you win on this one. I'll take it. Odina helps you find a seat further away from the stage, which is just a slightly raised part of the floor. You and Odina share some small talk as you nurse your drink. The scone goes perfectly alongside it. The show begins soon. You and Odina sit and chat for about 10 minutes, and you hear the sound check begin to start. OMG, it's starting! You direct your attention over to the small stage. There's someone standing at a keyboard and a drum pad. There's someone else tuning a bass guitar. You're so distracted by the dissonant sounds for a moment that you almost didn't realize when Artemis steps onto the stage with the guitar slung around them, tapping the mic on the grill. I knew it! They are part of the band! Hell yeah! Hey guys, thanks for coming out tonight. What are we holding shitting at? I'm sure you all know by now, but we're Point Pleasant, and we're gonna play a couple songs off on our new EP, Terra. Isn't, like, Point Pleasant, like, where, like, the Mothman is, like, actually from? Oh yeah, I'm gonna Google it. Yeah! Yeah, it is from, like, apparently the Mothman is located in Point Pleasant. I know them! Oh my god, no you don't. Yeah, I do, I swear, we met here. They spilled iced coffee all over me. I'm Artemis, I play the guitar and I'm the lead singer. Kolya's on bass and does backup vocals. Hi everyone. Oh, hello ma'am. God, I love Medusa women sometimes. Then we've got Kuro on keys and drums, although our drums aren't a little electronic device for tonight. Hey, if it works, it works. Hey, Demon! Nice! Wow, well, I almost wish I would have told you about them beforehand because I'm sure I missed out on some gossip. There's not really much to say. We only met twice. And with that, enjoy the show. There's a decent smattering of applause. Whatever Odina was going to say next never leaves her mouth because Artemis is turning around to their bandmates to say something and then the music starts up crisp and clear. The music has a big alternative pop feel, full of catchy key riffs and gritty bass lines. Artemis has quite the singing voice. You're not really sure what they're singing about in most of the songs that they play, but the way Colette's tender voice underlays theirs at certain parts of some songs almost gives you chills. Before you know it all, though, it's already over. It was a 30-minute set, but it felt like 10. People are already starting to filter out of webs from both the front door and the back patio, but there's a decent clutter of people up by the stage and the merch table. If you want, you can check out the merch table and see what they've got. Odina also looks like she's got a bunch of things to say, so you can talk to her too if you feel like it. Alternatively, Artemis is talking amongst people up by the stage, so you can say a thing or two to them. I'm gonna talk to Artemis. You decide to say hi to Artemis, which you hope isn't awkward considering you've only ever encountered them twice, and both of those times have been in the past week. You're sitting on top of the table near the stage, talking to some other people, but it sounds like the conversation is nearly over. You hear Artemis say goodbye to whoever they're talking to, and those people start to walk away. Now's your chance. You hesitate for just a moment before going over. Artemis is sitting there swinging their legs and staring off into space, humming along to whatever music is currently playing over the speakers. Hey Artemis. Artemis startles and looks around for a bit, then their gaze settles on you. Their red eyes are bright behind their glasses. A small smile stretches across their lips when they recognize you. Oh hey, Yui, right? Yeah, that's me. Wow, I wasn't expecting to see you here tonight. Well, I did say that I am around here way too much. Artemis laughs at that. They swing their legs a couple more times, then hop down from their seat at the table to stand in front of you. So did I. I'm glad you came, though. I can definitely say I'm pleasantly surprised. What do you think of the show? Your eyes are gleaming when they ask this. It looks like they genuinely want to know what you thought about the performance tonight. You smile. It was really good. You can sing for sure. Artemis blushes a deep scarlet and tugs on a lock of their hair that had fallen onto their forehead. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Ooh, they're flustered. You play a lot of shows? Now that I'm looking at you, you do seem like the type to have a band. If possible, Artemis seems to grow even more bashful. Do I really? The band's sort of a new thing, just a little side gig while the three of us figure out the rest of our lives. This is our 6th show, but the other 5 were in house parties, so I don't think those count. No, they totally count. If people were watching, I definitely think it counts as a concert. Yeah, I guess so. Kolya's trying to arrange for us to play some bigger shows soon, but apparently it's hard to get into contact with serious venues when we're such a small group. Sounds like Kolya is the ringleader of the band, even though Artemis is the lead singer. The more you hear about her, the more you're convinced that she's the one running the whole operation. Artemis is still talking, their gaze drifting up to the ceiling thoughtfully. I suppose I wouldn't be mad if we just kept playing at house parties and coffee shops since the band is a side thing anyway. I don't really have much else going on in my life, so it would be cool to see where this thing goes, you know? I mean, I feel ya. That's like me with, like, streaming. Artemis fixes their eyes on you, then, and it kind of startles you. You were paying attention to what they were saying, but now you forgot what you were going to say. It's just weird to think about my life in the grand scheme of things. It'd be cool to have this as a big part of my life, but at the same time, there are so many other things I want to explore. Does that make any sense? I feel like it doesn't make any sense. There's a pause. Artemis seems to realize what they're rambling now. They begin to blush again, and they quickly look away. My bad, I'm not really sure why I'm telling you this. It's okay, I think what you said makes sense. You're a really interesting person, know that, right? I get it, I feel the same way. I think I'm gonna say, I get it, I feel the same way. There's so many things to do and learn, but it always feels like there's never enough time to do it all. I mean, I feel that. Like, I'm gonna be like 25 next month, but I already feel like I'm gonna be like 30. Like, time is like going by way too quickly for my liking. Yes, exactly, that's exactly what I mean. I love being in this band, and it's like cool and everything, but there are so many other things I want to do. I have like a cajillion hobbies. This is kind of embarrassing to admit, but since I'm already basically divulging my entire life to you, I might as well say it. Artists attempt to look something like conspiratorial, but their expression crumbles and they start grinning instead. You try and fail to hold back a laugh. Okay. You can't tell anyone. Okay. Especially not Kolya. You laugh out loud. You don't even know Kolya, but you're nodding anyway. Sure, Artemis. I picked up archery. It's my new infatuation. I keep telling myself that I'm going to become the next archery star. That's adorable. I love them so much. Well, little do they know, they've already fired an arrow at my heart, you know, like Cupid's arrow. I don't even know if there's such a thing as archery stars. Oh my god, don't say it, I know. Like the Greek goddess? You can't help it, you dissolve into laughter. Doesn't look like Artemis is too far behind you. Listen, I know it's on the nose, but I really couldn't help myself. And now I'm in a predicament. It's fatal for me at this point. Oh wait, yeah! Because Artemis is not only the goddess of the night, she's also goddess of the hunt. So yeah, that's really on the nose now. That's very clever. There's a very comfortable silence in between you two for a moment, then Artemis speaks again. You know, maybe we should hang out sometime. You seem cool. Ooh, like a date? Well, I tried my best. Artemis goes back to tugging on that lock of hair resting against her forehead. You have flashpick? Takes you a second to realize that they're asking you for your flashpick account in order to get into contact with you later. To theoretically hang out. You haven't given someone your flashpick handle in ages. You're kind of bad at checking it, but you always make a new effort. Or you can just give Artemis your number, which you're more likely to check, but that almost feels too personal, especially considering that you've known Artemis for all 3 conversations. What do you want to do? I think I'm gonna give them my number. I have flashback, but I literally only check it like once every 3 weeks. You can have my phone number instead if you want it. Artemis kind of stares at you for a second, and their brows raise, and they seem to register what you're saying. Their mouth forms a little O. Suddenly they're digging around in their pockets for a piece of paper, probably. You can just give me your number, you know? Artemis pauses and nods. You're right. Besides, I never carry scraps of paper in my pocket, so I'm not sure why I'm looking. You laugh a bit, then take your phone out of your back pocket to hand to Artemis once you've unlocked it and opened a new contact. You tape away on your phone for a second and hand it back to you. Artemis Scarberry, the context reads. Their number is under it, so you quickly shoot them a text saying it's you. Sent you a text, don't forget to mess me back, alright? I won't, I promise. Kurola has my phone, but when I get it back from him, I will. You put your phone back in your pocket, and you and Artemis exchange more small talk before Odina comes bonding over, your hair a wave around her. Yui, there you are! You turn from Artemis, shooting them something like an apologetic glance. Artemis smiles and shrugs. Sorry to interrupt, but if we don't leave now, we're going to miss the premiere of the new Midwest Singles episode. There's a pause, then Artemis starts to laugh. You're trying to hide it, but not trying very well. Don't laugh. Midwest Singles is actually really good. Just that statement sounds ridiculous. You begin to laugh too. Odina stands there, staring at both of you, then shakes her head with her lips quirked up. Okay, fun's over. Say goodbye to your new bestie, because I have got to see who Kiana ends up choosing tonight. Odina comes over and places her hand protectively on your arm. That almost sends you into another fit of laughter. I guess this is it, Artemis. Don't be so dramatic. I'll see you later. I'll be here, as always. As always, don't forget to mess me back. Odina's already beginning to drag you away. Artemis waves, grinning. You wave back. I won't. Ooh, I really hope they don't ghost me. Odina spends the entire walk home chatting your ear off about her Midwest Singles theories. Oh, she's just like me when I'm talking to Moth about QSMP theories. Oh god. She might be a little bit neurodivergent. I wouldn't be surprised if like any of these characters are neurodivergent. Like I can kind of see Artemis being like kind of neurodivergent. And plus I'm here too, so this game is already technically neurodivergent. I'm saying that word a lot, but you know, there's no such thing as neurotypical people anymore in video games. Just kidding. You're not that big of a MWS fan, but Odina often gets you to watch the episodes with her, so most of what you know about it is because of her. She's talking about something regarding Tiana and her latest feud with fellow castmate Kathleen. Apparently the two of them are fighting over this guy named Peter. It goes over your head, you missed this episode, but Odina's determined to catch you up on all the current MWS drama. After working hard this week, you have $11 to add to your spending fund. You now have $19. Wow! $19 more than I make on Twitch! You and Artemis have been texting on and off all week. They're a really cool person, kind of awkward and stilted at times, but they always have a lot to say. And a lot to do, apparently. They weren't lying when they said they had a cajillion hobbies. You're not even particularly sure if they have a job or not. You often just hear about them being roped into things with Kuro and Kolia, about them and their new jigsaw puzzle fascination, about them going around town with a camera. They do so many things, it's almost hard to keep up with them all. Your schedule and their schedules are on opposite ends because of this. You're always up doing things at ungodly hours in the night, while you're trying your best to be productive during the day. No! Let me be a night owl! I'm a night owl IRL, let me be a night owl! Despite this, both of you managed to arrange the time to get lunch. This is exciting for you. You haven't really hung out with anyone new in a very long time. The two of you plan to meet at Webb's just a little after noon, then go to this vegetarian restaurant Artemis suggested to pick up food. Oh god, they're vegan, aren't they? You know what, I can forgive them, it's fine. There's talk of you two eating in the park, but you're not exactly sure if that's happening or not. It's a really nice day out today, so you don't think you'd mind if Artemis brings it up again. You're sitting in Webb's waiting for Artemis to show up. You're scrolling through your social media feeds, but the smell of coffee coming from the espresso bar is kind of tempting. You could go and get yourself a coffee if you want, but you're also getting food later. You don't need it. You're gonna be getting food anyway. Might as well save your money while you're around. You can always get coffee later, especially since you're around here so often. Artemis shows up 5 minutes later, breezing into the coffee shop, with that ever-present trail of wing dust blowing behind them. Yui, hey, sorry for being late. You're not that late. I've only been here for like 10 minutes. You stand up. Artemis looks down at you. You always forget how short you feel next to them. All of their height is in their legs, and it makes you feel rather small despite your best efforts. Okay, so where are we going? Both of you begin to head out. Kia is out in the cafe, wiping down some tables, and both you and Artemis wave goodbye at her as you walk out of the building. She waves back. The autumn air is crisp and cool when you step outside. The sun is shining in full force, only occasionally obscured by puffy clouds drifting around in the sky. You know, looking at, like, all these buildings now, like, I know, like, it's, like, very obscure, but I think, like, this location might be Salem, Massachusetts. I mean, it would kind of make sense because, you know, the Mothman was, like, found in, like, Massachusetts, I believe. Like, where was Point Pleasant? Oh, no. Mothman was in, West Virginia. But it wouldn't be surprised if, like, this is, like, Salem, because, you know, that's where a lot of spooky shit happens. And plus, I went there last year, and it kind of looks like this. Like, if this is actually Salem, then damn, I was correct. But if it's not, then this totally gives me Salem vibes. Just saying. And let me tell ya, like, I would love to go back down to Salem again, but probably not for Halloween. Even though that's, like, the best time to go to Salem, like, Halloween. But it gets so crowded around that time, because, you know, like, that's where spooky stuff happens, and there's, like, a lot of, like, museums there and shit like that. Like, I would love to go again, but definitely not during Halloween, as much as I would love the aesthetic. The restaurant is called Cilantro. It's only a couple blocks away. Hopefully you're not averse to walking. I block most places, so it's cool with me. I don't have a car, you know? Artemis looks at you for a second, then grins a little. Oh, me neither. Never learned to drive either. Haha. Never learned to drive? I know, I'm like grown. You think that I would know how, but I honestly don't see the point for the appeal. Plus, I don't think I can be trusted behind the wheel. Me too! They just like me for real. You laugh. You're trying to keep up with Artemis as they walk. Their legs are long, and so is their stride, so you're almost struggling to walk alongside them. At least you're aware of it. Right? I'm proud of myself. Haha. You're obviously joking because the smile that tugs at their lips then is so crooked and dorky that you can't help but smile a bit yourself. I'm proud of you too. Big steps. How about you? Why don't you have a car? I can't drive either, to be honest. I never really saw the need. I can't afford a car. I can't drive either. So we're not so different after all, huh? We're twins now. Haha. Now we can bond by walking everywhere and buying bus passes. You smile. To be honest, it's kind of neat that Artemis talks with you two are going to hang out a lot in the future. Ooh. I hope that's the case, even if it's just a little. The small talk you and Artemis share as you walk to the restaurant is comfortable. They're very easy to talk to, which is awesome. You're just glad that the awkwardness that typically comes with hanging out with people for the first couple times isn't there. Artemis talks to you like they've known you for years. Okay, so the restaurant is just on the right here. The two of you turn a corner and cross the street, then Artemis skips in front of you to lead you to the storefront. They hold the door open for you. They usher you in an excited wave of their hand. Thank you. You're welcome. The restaurant is a bit chilly inside, and you feel goosebumps begin to break out on your arm. Aside from the temperature, the establishment seems pretty empty at this time of day. There's only one person ordering at the counter, and the other 3 employees out on the floor are just milling about talking to each other. It's a cute place, although all decorated in whites, blacks, and browns. Pop music softly plays over the speakers. Okay, I know it doesn't look like much, but I swear, this is one of the best places in town. I trust you. If it's bad though, I'm gonna hold it against you for the rest of our lives. Artemis laughs, then their eyes squinting into the crescent moons. Yeah, sure. I hope that's not gonna be the case. You know it won't be, since you're not very picky when it comes to food, but still fun to tease them. No, I'm not really much one for vegan food, but I'll give it a try for them. The two of you hop in line. The person in front of you is still ordering, so it gives you a chance to look over the menu before deciding what you want to get. You have a lot of different options, but a couple of choices stand out to you. What do you want to get? Borg. Chipotle mayo veggie burger, mushroom pesto pasta, cilantro lime, rice, black beans, whatever Artemis is getting. Honestly, the mushroom pasta sounds good. You have such a big soft spot for pasta, so this is obviously the right choice. Plus I'm Italian, I kinda have to eat pasta. Just as you decide what you want to get, you're up next at the register. Hey, what can I get for you today? I'm going to get the mushroom pesto pasta, please. Cashier nods and punches some things into the register screen. They look at you, then slide their gaze over at Artemis, who is standing right next to you. You guys together? I always forget that people ask this question. I'm gonna get Artemis to pay this time, because that's gonna be like $12, which is expensive, because you know it's vegan food, so I'm gonna get Artemis to pay. You look over at Artemis, they peer back down at you, and you try to non-verbally communicate to them that you'd like it very much if they paid. It takes a second, but after a bit more staring, the confusion on Artemis' face clears up. Oh, do you want me to pay? I'd really appreciate it if you could. Artemis sort of nods their head slowly, then hums, rummaging around for their wallet. Okay, that's fine with me. They pull up their wallet and come up to the register when you sidestep out of the way. They order their food, pay for both meals, and before you know it, you're sitting down in one of the booths waiting for the food to come out. You feel just a little bit guilty for springing a bill on them at the last moment, but on the other hand, it'd be really nice to have that extra $20 in your account. God knows you need it. You and Artemis once again make easy small talk for the next 15 minutes as you wait for your food to be ready. Artemis is in the middle of rambling on about some sort of collection they're impulsively started when one of the employees behind the counter calls out to you. You and Artemis are the only ones in the restaurant right now. Hey guys, got your stuff packed up at the counter when you're ready. Artemis springs to their feet so quickly that their glasses slide to the tip of their nose. You're closely behind them as they go over to the counter and peek inside the paper bag. Oh my god, this smells so good in here. Let's go before I become absolutely insane looking at everything. Okay, let's go then. Artemis looks up at the employee behind the counter. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You two have a good one. Artemis hosts the bag into their arms and steps in front of you to push the door open for you with their bag. Oh, are we gonna have a nice little picnic after all? You softly thank them as you pass through, and they nod their head at you with a smile. The two of you sort of stand outside the restaurant aimlessly for a second. So, where to now? Well, I'm hungry. There's another pause. Do you want to go to the park? I remember you saying something about the park over the text. Oh yeah, I did say something about the park, didn't I? It's not too far from here, is it? No, I think it's only like 2.5 blocks. It's close enough. Artemis takes a moment to mull this over. They don't mull for very long because shortly after you finish speaking, they're already shaking their head, yes, emphatically. Okay, let's go. I'm sure we can find a place to sit down at the park. The two of you begin to walk around the park, with you leading the way. After a couple long seconds, Artemis starts up again about the collection they've been talking about inside the restaurant. They've been trying to collect nickels for some reason. Nickels from every year that they can find. That's adorable. That's so nerdy. I love them. Listen to them as carefully as you can as you direct the both of you to the park. With how fast Artemis walks, and you desperately trying to catch up despite the fact that you're the one leading the way, you two arrive at the park in no time. You entered from one of the more secluded side entrances, so there aren't as many people as there typically would be. You're trekking on a thin path through a thick clutter of trees. You can hear the food bumping around inside the bag Artemis is carrying. They've stopped talking now, just observing the lush greenery surrounding you as you both walk around the worn trail. The trees open up into a clearing that's dotted into several unoccupied park benches. It's quiet and no one's here except for the two of you. The birds are singing in the trees surrounding the clearing. The sky is bright and blue above you. You don't realize that Artemis is standing in the middle of the path until you've already seated yourself down at one of the park benches. You expect him to be right behind you, but when you look back, Artemis is just looking around with the bag of food in her arms, taking everything in. You good? Artemis seems to take a second to register what you said. Yeah, I'm good. I just don't think I've ever been here. It's really pretty. You're walking over now, their long legs carrying them over much faster than yours ever could. It is. If it wasn't so far away from my place, I would be here all the time. It's always so quiet. Not so many people are ever on this side of the park. I like it. We should come here again. You find yourself liking the way they say that. You smile, then pat the spot across from you at the table. Come sit. They do, setting the bag down their arms and begin to take out what's inside. They hand you the container that holds your food, then set some plastic utensils and napkins on top of the lid. Thank you. Artemis hums in response. They take their food out as well, then fold the empty bag back down and tuck it under their container. You think they do this so that a stray breeze won't carry it away if one passes through the clearing. The two of you begin to eat in silence. The mushroom pesto pasta you got is absolutely delicious and really filling too. You didn't know just how hungry you actually were. After a bit, Artemis speaks. It's good? It's really good. Thank you so much. No problem. I'm just happy you like the place I picked. There's another content silence. The both of you are chewing. You know, I feel like we don't know much about each other. Besides you pausing, you slowly finish chewing then swallow before speaking. Yeah? Yeah, so let's play a game. A game? Yeah, you ask me some questions and I'll ask you some questions, just to get to know each other better. Okay, sounds like a good game. I'll have to think of what I want to ask you first, though. Take your time. What do you want to ask Artemis? Ask about the band, ask about their latest hobby, ask about their family, ask about how they like the town, ask about what they do for a living. You're done asking questions. I'm pretty sure I can ask all of them, but just in case, I'm gonna save here. Ask about their latest hobby. Artemis laughs out loud when you ask them this. They flop their cheek into the palm of their hand, their expression soft. God, you know I have a cajillion hobbies. Yeah, I do know that. Damn, this is a good question. Well, I was telling you before about my new coin collection. It's kind of a mess, but I bought one of those coin collector books. Fuck, this is so dorky to talk about. It is, but it's so cute. I love it. Please go, keep talking. The two of you share a laugh. Artemis tries to hide their face with their hand. No, keep going. I'm interested. It's okay. It's just really hard to collect coins. It seems easy, right? Like, all you do is find coins and put them in the coin collection book. I literally just picked nickels out of my change at the store or whatever, and then, like, organize them by mint date in the book. But I always have to stop myself from popping coins out and using them to pay for bus fare. Oh my god, it's Artemis. I've already done it a couple of times. My impulse control is non-existent. I think I need to find a new hobby. God, I said this like a million times, but one of the most attractive things, like, a partner could do is talk about, like, their interests. And the other person or people could, like, listen to them, like, blab. Like, partners, like, talking about their interests is, like, one of, like, my love languages, basically. Like, it's one of my favorite things about, like, being in a relationship, like, listening to my partners talk about their interests. Though most of the time they don't ever listen to mine. But anyway. Oh, yeah, I can ask, like, more than one question. Alright, ask about the band. The band? That's a good question. Man, well, to be honest with you, it was all Kolia's idea. The more you hear about Kolia, the more you suspect that nearly everything is her idea. All three of us already knew how to play instruments, you know? It's just, like, happened that Kolia was like, oh yeah, guys, let's just start a band for, like, fun. They laugh and shake their head, apparently recalling the situation. And there's one thing you never do with Kolia, and that's say no to her. Kuro has always been weak-willed, so he was the first one to say yes, and I figured that it wouldn't hurt to try it out. Artemis pushes a forkful of salad into their mouth and spends a moment chewing thoughtfully. They point their fork at you when they've swallowed. So far, it hasn't been bad at all. Crow and I mostly go play with whatever Kolia says. She arranges the venues and the parties, and we go along with it. I love her to death, but even more so because I know for a fact Crow and I would never be able to do half the stuff she does. It's only like a small thing the three of us do for fun and all. Not sure how long it's gonna last, but I'm enjoying it for now, and I think that's the most important thing. Hell yeah, dude, just live in the now. Their family. Artemis doesn't answer for a while after you ask this. You're kind of starting to panic once the silence stretches for a little too long, but then Artemis speaks. I mean, they're my family. On second thought, this probably was a bad question to ask. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Aw, shit. I kind of suspected asking about family was going to be a sore subject because sometimes it usually is. So hopefully this doesn't, like, make them, like, not like me. Artemis shakes their head, shrugs. They move a half-cherry tomato around their salad with their fork. It's okay. You get the feeling that's not exactly okay. Shit, you're making a mental note not to talk about it unless it's bringing up first. Do you want me to change the subject? There's a pause that lasts a bit, then Artemis nods. Thank you. Ask about how they like the town. The town's alright. I think it's not huge, but it's not as tiny as it is where I'm from, which is nice. I grew up in a small town, which is like bigger than a small town, but I don't think I would ever consider it to be a city. It's a nice, comfortable side, but I think maybe someday I want to get out of here. They're quiet for a moment, sitting their fork down. I'm kind of tired of towns, you know? Everyone seems to know everyone here, and I think I kind of don't like it. Sometimes I think that maybe I'll want to move out of here and go somewhere where no one knows who I am, where I can, like, start over. But there are so many people that I care about here. I don't think I could ever leave just like that. They shrug and pick their fork back up, stabbing a couple of lettuce leaves in their salad. I don't know, I like it here, but at the same time, I don't. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Oh shit, I hope I am, like, not, like, prying too much. Okay, this is embarrassing because I actually don't do anything. Holy shit, how are you surviving? Artemis' cheeks flush. You look up at the sky instead of looking at you. I'm really not sure. I do odd jobs and favors sometimes, like I'll paint my neighbor's siding or mow a lawn or something, but sometimes I'll help out at the library. It's more like a volunteer thing, but one of the ladies that works there really likes me for some reason and puts me on payroll even though I work maybe like twice a week for 4 hours at a time. I live with 2 other people, so we're splitting rent anyway, but to be honest, I'm just coasting. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have asked them to like pay for my meal then. That was kind of bad. But I'm guessing you live with Kuro and Coley, I think her name is? Color me impressed. Don't say it like that. I feel like a freeloader. They're kind of smiling when they say it, so I suppose you didn't embarrass them too much by asking. I'm done with questions. Okay, my turn. I only have one question. Only one? Artemis leans across the table towards you, their expression conspiratorial, like they're going to tell you a secret. Yeah, it's a pretty critical question though. You're gonna have to think really hard for the answer. Okay, what's the question? My band's gonna be playing at a party later this week. Do you want to come? Oh my god, they invited me to a party. Oh my god, yes, I am so down. Absolutely, I would love to come. I love parties. I do love parties, so I'm down. Any apprehension that was hidden in Artemis' face suddenly disappears as they brighten. Wait, really? Did you think I would say no? No, well, I don't know. Oh, they're flustered. They're feeling it. They have feelings for me, I think. I'm gonna come, so you don't have to worry about it. Artemis' cheeks go on a pretty shade of red. They smile at you, obviously a bit sheepish. They draw a random shape on the table's surface with their ring finger. I'll see you there then. I'll text you the info. You smile back at them, then continue eating. Artemis watches you do so for a second, then dips their head to hide the smile on their face. Ooh, they like me. The two of you eat in comfortable silence, the sun shining down pleasantly on you. After all your work this week, you have $25 to add to your spending fund. You now have $44. Wow! $44 and they make on Twitch! I don't know how long that joke is gonna get until it gets old, but I'm gonna keep making that joke anyway. Party time! You haven't been to a party in feels like forever. Standing outside of the house that Artemis had given you the address to, the absolute swarm of people out on the front lawn kinda has you woozy. You have no idea what the inside of the house is going to look like. You can hear the music from the street. Luckily, you're not alone. As always, Odina's with you, and she is quite the house party connoisseur. She made sure you dressed nice, and currently she's trying to tug you into the house. Yui, come on. You can't just stand out in the middle of the sidewalk forever. I definitely can. Come on. At this rate, you're going to miss Artemis. You feel something twist in your stomach. Ah, right. Artemis. That's why you're here anyway, isn't it? They asked you to come, and they hadn't been so excited when you'd said yes. Ooh. I really do like going to parties, but it's been so long since you've attended one that this party feels a little overwhelming. I mean, I do like to party, but I haven't really gone to a party in forever. I mostly just go clubbing, which is kind of partying, but at the same time, kind of not. I think last time I went to a club was a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, but I was like crossfaded, so I barely remember much of that night. It's not exactly a small house, and there are a lot of people that you don't know, but you're hoping that you'll have a good time. Odina seems to think that you will. Are you coming? Odina's voice snaps you out of your reverie. She tugs on the hem of your shirt, the one she had picked out for you before you two had left your apartment. You take in a breath and let it out slowly. Yeah, I'm coming. Odina smiles softly at you. It's reassuring. You love her. But not as much as that you love Artemis! Odina lets go of your shirt to wiggle her slender hand into yours and leads you up the pathway and into the open door of the house. The music is loud. Just the fucking image, just the fucking distorted image of like a real life photo of people partying. Now it's like fucking weird. As much as I love it, as much as I really like this game so far, it's just the background images that they use that are like kind of weird. Like, I wish they would have like done like art instead of like stock images, but whatever. They did what they could. You can feel it in the floor. There are people everywhere standing around talking, drinking, dancing. It's not as crowded as you thought it was going to be, but there are still a lot more than you expected. You're not really even sure whose house this is. Artemis didn't say, but it's pretty spacious. You think you still have a while until Artemis's band plays, so maybe you can take a look around and see what's up. Odina hasn't wandered too far off, so you can talk to her if you want. You can see if you can try to get a feel for the house. Trying to find the bathroom would also be a good idea as well. You can see if you can find a good snack in the kitchen, or you can just try and find a place to sit for a while. That'll pass the time. What do you want to do? I'll talk to Odina. Odina hasn't gotten very far at all. It seems that she's trying to stay around you to make sure you don't get yourself lost or something. Have you been here before? What? It's loud in here, but the music combined with all the talking and laughter from the people around you, you find that your voice kind of gets drowned out. You beckon Odina closer and she sidles up to you. You lean in towards her. Have you been here before? Feels silly to be shouting right in Odina's ear like this. She stares at you for a moment before registering what you said. She grins and nods her head. Yeah, I have. Twice, actually. It really does feel like Odina's everywhere all the time. She gets around, and I respect it. Not sure how she does it, but you're more or less convinced that she personally knows everyone in town and has been to everyone's houses and everyone's parties. God, I wish I were like her. I wish I could go to parties a lot. You suppose that being such a social butterfly has its perks. Do you know whose house this is? Odina thinks for a second. You can feel the bass of the music in her stomach. After a beat, Odina purses her lips and shakes her head no. I think it's a friend of Kolia's. I've only ever come here when Kolia invites me. I keep hearing so much about Kolia. I swear, she orchestrates everything. Honestly, yeah, she does. I wouldn't be surprised if she has orchestrated this conversation right now. This kind of thought freaks you out. You know it's not possible to do that in any way, but with the amount of things you hear about Kolia, you don't think it's too far off. Honestly, Kolia is just a girl boss and I respect it. Looks like Odina can see the conflict working through your expression because she looks at you, leans back, and then laughs. Oh my god, you should see her face. Are you seriously believing it? Stop, it was just a fleeting thought. It was definitely not a fleeting thought. I know a fleeting thought from when I see one. You change the subject before Odina can tease you anymore. How do you know Kolia anyway? You always talk about her. Oh, I swear to god, if they were like friends with benefits or something. For some reason, this makes Odina's cheeks flush a little. She scratches her arm and leans back in towards you. Is Odina catching fifis for her? We actually went on a date a long time ago, but it didn't work out. We're just friends now. I knew it! I knew Odina was a bit fruity. She is very fruity. She's a girl kisser. You what? You had no idea Odina was out in the dating scene. This either happened before you two were friends, or she never told you about it, which feels hard to believe because Odina literally tells you everything that happens to her at any given point. It was a low-key thing. We didn't click like that. It's nice to be your friend, though. Wow, I had no clue. When was this? Like, maybe 2 months ago? You guys were definitely friends 2 months ago. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you two are friends. Maybe it'll work out romantically later on. This makes Odina's face go scarlet. You suspect that she's thought about this at length. Maybe. I don't know. I should probably go find her and say hi. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll see you in a bit, okay? Okay, be safe. Guess I'll wander around. You do a little bit of wandering around the house, trying to figure out what room leads to where. It gets a little quieter the farther away you get from the living room where the music is blasting. It feels like this house is wrapping around like a maze. You're not really sure what's what. All the noise and all the people around definitely does not help. After going in what feels like circles, you end up in one of the quieter hallways. I like how that one person's face is like blurred with like really bad Photoshop. You're about to pull out your phone to see if you can text Odina and figure out where the hell she's at now when someone drums their fingers on your shoulders. You violently shiver, whipping around to see who touched you. It really could be anyone since there are so many people here. But why on earth would someone... Yui! Oh, it's Artemis. You came! The smile on their face is radiant. They're really happy to see you. Honestly, you're happy to see them too. Hug them, don't hug them. I really want to hug them, but I don't know if they're comfortable with it, so I'm just gonna save just in case and hug them. Of course I can! I'm gonna miss it! Something pleasant flickers on their face. You open your arms for a hug. Artemis' smile grows, and for a second, they're everywhere. You're shorter than them, so they're bending down a little to meet you. It's only a little bit awkward. You don't think you mind. Artemis is warm. They smell like cinnamon and fresh soil, which should be an odd combination, but it's quite nice. Ooh, I can imagine like the smell already, as weird as that sounds. Like very earthy. How are you liking the party so far? I really only just got here. I was with Odina, but she vanished off somewhere. Odina's that friend of yours, right? She is indeed. Very close friend of mine at that. Artemis kind of grins when he said that. Seems like she's a very close friend of everyone's. I heard Kolya talking about her today. Ooh! Is Kolya catching feelings for her too? Yeah, oh my god, she's friends with Kolya. She knows everyone. I wasn't expecting it. I was. Kolya knows everyone too. It's a perfect match. Both of you share a laugh. I'm excited to see you and the others play tonight. Artemis instantly perks up, their eyes sparkling behind their glasses. Oh my god, yes, I'm excited too. You're finally gonna see us in our natural element. Wait, what do you mean? You know, like we have to tone it down a lot for the coffee shop since it's a coffee shop. Right. You'll see what I mean. This feels almost ominous. Artemis smiles at you anyway, nudges their knuckles against her shoulder. I should probably get going though. I gotta meet up with Kolya and Kuro before the show starts. Oh, I'll see you in a bit then. I'll see you. Haunt the snack table, look for the bathroom, find somewhere to chill. I'll go to the snack table. Damn, this place is messy. This bitch really live like this? You float around the house until you find a doorway that leads to what you can assume is the kitchen. There are a couple people in here, most notably cluster people talking by the stove. They don't pay you any mind as you peek around the room. The kitchen island is stocked with snacks of many kinds. There are vegetable platters, charcuterie boards, and a bunch of bowls filled with chips and crackers. Looks like people have gotten to the food before you did, which makes sense. There's still a lot of food left. You didn't eat anything before coming since Odina was rushing you out the house, so you shuffle over to the island before picking out what you want to eat. There aren't any plates, probably to discourage people from taking food out of the kitchen, so you just start snacking. You feel a little silly, especially knowing that the group by the stove can see you like a grazing farm animal. But the snacks are definitely tasty, and they're starting to fill you up a little. After a while, you're beginning to get embarrassed by the way you can feel the group of people behind you staring at your back as you munch. You decide to grab one more grape, then slink back out of the kitchen as slyly as you can. Look for the bathroom, find somewhere to I'm gonna look for the bathroom. After a bit, you decide you want to find the bathroom. You don't particularly need to use it right now, but you have the feeling that you have something stuck in your teeth. You're probably just being paranoid, but it doesn't hurt to take a look to be safe. You have no clue where the bathroom is. This is your first dilemma. Your second dilemma is you don't have any clue where anything is in this house. Your best bet is to just amble around aimlessly until you figure out where you're going. Past the main hallway is what appears to be the sitting room. It's spacious and seems to be where the band is going to be playing for the night if the instruments in the huge speakers are any indication. To your left is a staircase that leads to the second floor. It doesn't look like anyone is going upstairs though, considering that the steps are filled with people sitting, standing, and talking. You're about to turn around and go back where you came from when you spot not one, but two people that look familiar sitting at the bottom of the stairs. You've only seen them once before, but the writhing snakes for hair and the huge red horns aren't something you'd forget. You'd worn your way through the people around you to get to the foot of the stairs. Let me guess, it's gonna be Kolya and Kuro? Kolya and Kuro are leaning towards each other, talking, and you feel a little awkward for interrupting. Yep, it's them. Hey guys. Kuro's the first one to look up at you, then Kolya follows, the heads of several snakes staring you straight in the eyes before she even lifts her face. Aw, the snakes do have personality. Oh, and they are giving me the bombastic side eye. Oh, they do not like me, I don't think. Your stomach kind of squirms. It is silence. Kuro squints his eyes at you, several different expressions cycling on his face. Kolya is unreadable. Who are you? Okay, this is embarrassing. The back of your neck grows warm. I think this is Artemis's friend. Kolya is mostly talking to Kuro when she says this, but she's looking right at you. They both stare for another moment, then Kolya addresses you, speaking a little louder. Are you Artemis's friend? Yeah, I'm Artemis's friend. I'm friends with Odina, too. Kolya looks at you really hard, then feels like her snakes are doing the same. Is it true that Gorgons could turn people to stone? Only one way to find out! I'm gonna stare into those eyes of hers! You think you're gonna be sick either way. There's another long moment when the analyzing look on Kolya's face disappears. It's replaced with recognition. Oh, you're Yui, aren't you? You flush at the sound of your name coming out of Kolya's mouth. Yeah, I'm Yui. Kolya turns back to Kuro, who's looking at you thoughtfully. It feels like the two of them are scrutinizing you. I'm not sure if you like it. You're the one Artemis is always talking about, huh? Oh my god, they're always talking about me! Aww. They talk about me? There's no silence. Kolya sort of nudges Kuro with her shoulder, something sharp in her expression. You don't think you want to dive any deeper into this conversation. I was wondering if you guys knew where the bathroom was? Oh? What was O supposed to mean? Obviously that Kolya and Kuro are on a completely different mental wavelength than anyone else in this party. It's past the stairs and to the right. Thanks. You nod your head once at the two of them and promptly make your exit. Well, that totally wasn't awkward whatsoever. Maybe the next time you encounter them, it'll be less awkward, but then again, maybe not. Yeah, I don't think they like me. Find somewhere to chill. Even though you enjoy coming to parties, you feel a little bit out of your element. Odina's vanished off to God knows where, which is normal, and now you're alone in the middle of this huge party. You're not sure when Artemis is going to start playing with the band. You think that maybe your best bet is going to find somewhere to sit down until Odina finds you, or until you can definitely tell that Point Pleasant has started performing. Right now it's just all loud dance music and thumping bass. It's a bit disorienting. You weave through the house, ultimately arriving to the back door. It leads out into the back patio, and it looks like there are several people out here. Not many, since the evening has gotten that autumn chill, but you decide to exit the house and step outside. The night is crisp and clear. It's a lot quieter out here. There's a couple sharing a cigarette against the patio rail, and two small groups of people sitting on the grass in the backyard, but otherwise it's just you out here. There are a couple of unoccupied patio chairs. Take a seat in one and take a deep breath of the night air. You can feel yourself relaxing already. You're sitting on the back patio for a while. You've been scrolling on your phone waiting for the time to pass, but you're not exactly sure how long it's been. The smoking couple has gone back inside. The group sitting on the grass haven't, and you would be lying if you said that you weren't eavesdropping on their conversation a little bit. You're going through your flash pic feed when you hear, "Yui, I've been looking for you everywhere!" You turn your head toward the patio door. Odina's leaning out of it, music loud at her back. Why are you out here? You set your phone down in your lap as Odina comes out onto the patio. She's holding a can of what looks like hard lemonade. Ooh, she drinking. I hope she got me some. I just need some fresh air as well. Oh, okay. Party too much for you? You chew on your lip. Odina settles herself down in the armrest of your chair. The whole thing tilts some. No. Odina peers at you. Yeah, a little. Odina sighs affectionately, tapping your can of lemonade against your forehead. It leaves cold droplets on your skin when she pulls it away. My bad, I shouldn't have left you alone. It's not your fault. Odina looks down at you, conflicted. Her brow is drawn tight over her eyes. No, I always end up leaving you alone at places like this. I shouldn't do that. It's fine, but can you please get me a drink? I want some alcohol so I can relax. I'm sorry. This takes you by surprise. You have to admit, though, Odina does tend to leave you alone in most social situations. It makes you feel like a fish out of water, but you've never really said anything because that's just Odina. You've gotten used to it over time, but maybe that's not a good thing. Thanks for apologizing. I forgive you. The way Odina smiles, it makes your stomach melt. You're pretty sure you could forgive her under any circumstance. There's a content silence, then Odina speaks again. You want anything to drink? I can go and get you something if you want. Water, juice, beer, whatever Odina has. Whatever Odina has! What are you drinking? It's just hard lemonade. One of those two, please. Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back. She gets up from the armrest and disappears through the back door. For a bit, you're left alone again. A couple minutes later, Odina comes back to the patio, holding a can of what looks like the one she's holding in her other hand. She settled back down the armrest, handing you the sweating can. It's like she just pulled it out of the cooler. Thanks, Dina. No problem. You and Odina spent much more time on the patio together, talking and taking in the fresh air, when you hear a voice boom over the speakers in the living room. It echoes out all the open windows, and you can hear it perfectly from outside. Odina immediately seems to forget what she's saying, to both of you looking over your shoulders to stare at the back door. How's everyone doing tonight? You can hear the cheers from where you're sitting. Oh, it's Artemis! We should probably go in now. Yeah, probably. You're a little reluctant to leave your peak spot in the patio, but you did come here to see Artemis and their band after all. What's the point of coming to a party if you didn't dance? Odina leads the way back into the house. It's extremely loud and insanely packed into the living room that Artemis, Kuro, and Kolya are all set up at their instruments. There are people in the hallway, people standing on the stairs, people crammed into every nook and cranny to see the band at the back room. Kolya is playing a sickening bass line as Artemis addresses the crowd. Kuro is slipping his drumsticks into the air, repeatedly catching them with the practice ease. Are you guys ready to go fucking crazy? Yeah! The crowd cheers again. Holy shit. We weren't expecting the energy to be like this. Coffee shop show is so much different. Is this what Artemis meant when they said that they had to tone it down for webs? How much did they exactly tone it down? Because this is leagues above what they performed at the coffee shop. Artemis strums a chord on their guitar that seems to shake the room. This first song is called Harbinger. Crow counts down the song and the song starts. All gritty guitar chords and fast drums. In Artemis' gravelly singing voice. But then you realize that Point Pleasant isn't alt pop. They're fucking punk rock. Hell yeah. Man, I've always wanted an emo/punk partner. The performance is insane. It's aggressive and it's loud. It's every noise at once turned into a single harmony. Artemis sings like their life depends on it. Kolya is ethereal in the background and Kuro is tearing up those damn drums. Everyone is dancing. You think someone spilled something on the tops of your shoes, but there's too much going on for you to pay any attention to it. After 3 upbeat electronic songs, the band plays a slower one that you remembered hearing from the coffee shop. You remember the melody and none of the words, but the way Kolya leads into Artemis's chorus had you hooked. The show lasts so long, but simultaneously ends so quickly. It's a blur of music and bodies and dancing, so much but not enough at the same time. Odina's been right next to you the whole time. You didn't even realize that she was there until everything began to die down. When the band finally shouts thank yous to the crowd and the punk music is replaced with a bumping dance playlist, it's like your ears are stuffed with cotton. Someone grabs your arm. It's Odina. I spilled my lemonade! You look at her, taking a moment too long to process what she's saying. After a second of staring, it hits you. Your lemonade? She gestures to the wet tops of your shoes. I'm sorry. Wait, no, it's okay. Let's just go get another one. But your shoes! You're not sure how many of these hard lemonades that Odina's had. You do know she's a white late, and you can tell that she's just a little bit more tipsy by that swoon look in her eyes. You grab her by the hand that's not holding the remains of her drink. They'll dry, come on. The two of you weave through the crowd and squeeze through the hallway that goes from the living room to the kitchen. Odina seems to know her way around the kitchen, so once the both of you arrive there, she sets to digging around the fridge across the room. It's quiet in here. Not a lot of people in here either, just 2 or 3 groups lingering by the island that somehow still stop for food this late into the night. You stand there waiting for Odina to get done rummaging through the fridge. Yui! The sound of someone calling your name has you looking over your shoulder. Eyes wide, there's a beat. Then Artemis bounds up to you after worming through the people standing outside the kitchen doorway. You feel yourself perk up. Artemis, the show was incredible! Artemis looks breathless, their hair a mess around their face. Their cheeks are red with a healthy flush. You saw? Her voice is husky, deeper and rougher than it usually is. Probably due to all that singing. It's nice, you think a bit shyly. Yeah, of course I saw. I was there the whole time. You're fucking electric. The smile that breaks their face is blinding. I'm so happy you saw it. Gods, this was just... There's no more lemonade! God damn it, Odina, you're cock-blocking right now. You and Artemis turn to look at Odina, who's bent over at the fridge. She strains and you see her nearly hit her head on the handle of the fridge door. Give Odina your lemonade, tell Odina to get something else. I'm gonna save just in case. Because I want to keep my lemonade. Get something else! Just get water or something. You can always buy some lemonade on the way home. Odina thinks about this and points at you. You've come up with the best idea she's heard in a while. So true, I'm holding you to that. After Odina's drinking situation is sorted out, you're about to turn back to Artemis to finish the conversation when someone else walks into the kitchen. Artemis, there you are! Oh hey, Kolya! Huh? Oh, hey. Hi, Odina. Hi! Kolya turns to Artemis, but her snakes are still peering at you and Odina. Freaky! We're gonna have to pack up the instruments soon. People are gonna start to fuck with them the longer they're out. Okay, do you want to do that in the next 30? Next 30 sounds good. I can help. I'm not doing anything. Kolya smiles fondly at Odina. Odina beams back at her. Oh, they still have feelings for each other for sure. I hope they give dating another try. Sure, that'd be great. Do you want to help Kuro and I pack up some things right now? It's not going to be too much work. Odina goes to nod, but then side-eyes you as if she's asking for your permission. Right, she had just been apologizing for leaving you alone at parties. You appreciate her hesitance this time around, but this time you're with Artemis, so I think you'll be okay. You can go ahead. I'm just going to be with Artemis. Odina gives you an enthusiastic thumbs up. Okay, I'll text you in a bit. You got it. She follows him to sit next to Kolya, and the both of them leave the kitchen, leaving you and Artemis behind. Thanks, Queen. Thanks for wingmanning. Get it? Wingman because she wings on her head? I'm so funny. What do you want to do with Artemis? Go and dance, ask him if he wants something to drink, eat the rest of the snacks. I'm gonna save just in case. See if they want something to drink. I want to drink with them. You want anything to drink since we're here? Artemis needs to think about this. I probably should get something. I sound like I'm dying. This makes you laugh, which makes them laugh too. Their laugh is throaty and warm. You don't sound like you're dying. You just sound like you're old. Like I'm old? Somehow that's even worse. I cannot stand for this. I'll just... I'll get them something. Here, what do you want? I'll get you something. You pause, recalling Odina's despair at the lack of hard lemonade left. Snotty lemonade. Artemis snorts with laughter. Well, that's a shame. I really wanted some lemonade. Her tone is a little teasing. You lightly sock them in the shoulder. Artemis grins at you. They shake their hair out of their eyes. No, seriously, what do you want? Honestly, water would be great. I drank a shit ton of that punch earlier, and I think I might be sick if I don't drink any water. Referring to the punch in the back corner of the kitchen. It's an alarmingly bright shade of red. The ladle that was set out to serve is half sunk into the massive bowl. Gross. You can't even begin to imagine what is in there. It's spiked for sure. Water's good. Water is definitely better than whatever that is. It's actually not too bad, but I do know that I'm going to end up feeling the effects of whatever they mix into it when I leave here. You go over to the cooler sitting on the floor next to the fridge and crouch down next to it. There are a bunch of beers in here, but after sticking your hand into its freezing depths, you manage to procure an ice-cold bottle of water. You get up and present Artemis with it. Ah, thank you. Of course. If you're being honest, you're getting kind of sick of being inside the house. The party's fun and all, but you're generally ready to sit back on the patio again. Maybe Artemis will want to join you. Want to go outside with me? You feel like a child asking their friend if they want to go out and play, which makes your ears heat in embarrassment. Artemis is in the middle sipping at their drink when they swallow and nod. Sure, I think I spent too much time in here. Fresh air would be nice. It's so much quieter once you get outside. Just like before, you can still hear the music through the walls of the house, but it's fainter. Groups of people that were sitting in the grass before aren't out here anymore, but there's a new group playing a small game of beer pong. Someone must have dragged a table out onto the lawn close enough to the patio that the porch lights illuminated the game. You settled into the patio chair you've been sitting in about an hour ago. Artemis drags another chair from the other side of the patio over to you, then plops down into it. The two of you sit in silence for a while. The autumn air is cool. The night sky is clear. It's so much less stimulating than the entire party, and you appreciate that. It was a good idea to take a step back out here. Suddenly, Artemis speaks. Hey, thanks for coming tonight. You look over at them. The warm patio lights cast shadows across their face. Of course, I had a lot of fun. Artemis goes quiet for another moment, tracing some random shape on their thigh. I just appreciate it. Not many people like to come to these shows and stuff. My ex didn't even like coming to them, and I don't know. Honestly, I feel you, dude. I was in a really shitty relationship in the past, and my ex-partner did not give a shit about, like, what my interests were. So I can understand the hesitation. Like, listen, y'all, if you try to, like, show appreciation for your partner's interests, and they don't even try to, like, show appreciation for yours, they're not worth it, and you need to fucking leave. Like, it's not worth it. It's just nice that you're here. Well, I'll come to all your shows as long as you want me to. Artemis just looks at you, and their brows drawn tight over their eyes. You're biting so hard that the surrounding flesh is going white. I would like that. Okay, I promise. Ooh, they're catching feelings. You stick out your pinky. They stare at it, and after a beat, they crack a smile, exhaling a breath and shaking their head as if they're trying to clear their mind. They lift their hands, sticking out their own pinky to hook around yours. You squeeze their pinky firmly before letting go. Pinky promise. After a busy work week, you have $6 out of your spending fund. You now have $50. That's $50 more than I make on Twitch. Wow!